it has moved from a children's topic to a adult topic. Okay. Then you write political and social issues. Political and social issues have been started to be analyzed keeping the Potter series in the center. Keeping the Potter P capital series in the center. So you see, taking the Potter series as an example, so many political and social discussions are creeping up. Many people are bringing these political and social issues. Many people are of the opinion that this series is a bit more inclined inclined and alpha towards the political arena, arena, full stop. After that you write within double inverted comma a term, right? Cultural hegemony. C capital, H capital. CULTURAL, cultural hegemony, H capital, HEGEMONY. Cultural hegemony. I'll explain, it's very important. Cultural hegemony within double inverted comma, then you write is a term used by Gramsci. Gramsci spelling G capital, GRAMSCI, Gramsci, comma, which explains how the proletariat, P capital equal P small l, PROLETARIAT, proletariat. I'll explain it. PROLETARIAT. How the proletariat class has always been subdued, SUBDUED, subdued by the bourgeois people, by the bourgeois spelling BOURGEOISE, bourgeois people, full stop. Politically, the subjugation, SUBJUGATION, subjugation of the common people by the government is an issue, which recurs, recurs in a different way. Recurs means reopen. Recurs in a different way many times in this series. wisdom. Now you see, this is the main issue that has been brought many times by the critics, or you can say the readers. What is that? That this series at one time leader of the Italian Marxist party. Marxist party, you know, follower of Karl Marx, Communist Party in China, they are still following the Marxist philosophy of life, which is not like our democracy. They don't have so much of freedom here. There. Okay. So you see, he was a Marxist political figure, Gramsci, and he has coined a term known as cultural hegemony. Culture, you know, what is culture? The way a society has living their life, the traditions, whatever they are following, food habit, way of dressing, clothing, language, everything comes under that one umbrella, culture. That is cultural. Now what is hegemony? Hegemony means dominance. When one social group dominates another social group, we will say the hegemony of that group over the other. But here, what type of hegemony? Cultural hegemony. Like when Britishers came to India, that was their hegemony. We tried to follow their culture, their way of dressing. Even today, you wear pant and trouser. Indian outfit was not there. Indian were kurta and dhoti. But how many people actually wear in their day-to-day life, in the city at least? Now though in the villages also, very few older generation people are keeping this culture. So definitely the Britishers had the cultural hegemony, their social group being on the superior side economically and socially. They were far advanced than the Indians. They ruled the Indian society. So that is one example of cultural hegemony. So here you see, this term has been, like you have got a fair idea about what cultural hegemony is, how it affects the society. Everything, your way of dressing, your way of talking, as I said, sir, madam, these terms are coined by the Britishers, not by Indians, isn't it? Indian kiba belege koise, sir of kiba guru ne koise, নহয় জানো আগৰ দিনত গুৰু নাছিল, what sir koise, guru দক্ষিণা, isn't it? So গুৰুৰ নামটো গুচি গ'ল, এতিয়া sir madam লৈ ল'লে, ঠিক আছে? So language also gets that impact of the cultural hegemony. And food habits also. We are now very much inclined to all the European dishes. Whenever we go out on a fast food restaurant, we try only those dishes. We prefer continental, we prefer Chinese, we prefer Mexican, isn't it? But the craze is more. Dal chawal kune khabo de. Actually, Indian to dal chawal roti ei lage. Nobody pays money for those things. So under the impact of cultural hegemony, everything in a social group or society changes. Way of dressing, food habit, language, everything. So this is a term coined by Gramsci, and this explains how the proletariat class. Now what is proletariat class? Working class. But the lowest people in the society are the working class, or you can say the daily wage earners. They are known as the proletariat class. In a Marxist philosophy, they don't say it is the economically backward class, or say BPL class, or say Maneki class, daily wage earners. They don't say in those terms. They say proletariat. Proletariat class has always been subdued. Subdued means they are repressed. By whom? The bourgeois class. Now what is the bourgeois class? You know, this bourgeois group is a very, they were not in the Elizabethan days. After the Industrial Revolution, this new class came up. That is the bourgeois class, or you can say the middle class, who are not so much poor, not so much rich. Economically also not so below, not so high like the elite class. They are somewhere in mid. That is the bourgeois class. And they are, you know what doing? They are suppressing the working class, the proletariat class, isn't it? Now you see the employers. Most of all, they are not from elite class. Ambani is not our owner.
Yes.
Isn't it? Our owner is someone from the bourgeois class only. They are ruling the proletariat class. And bourgeois are following the orders of the elite class. That is Ambani. Ambani is with the government. And together with the government, they are ruling. And bourgeois, they are in favor of the Ambanis. And they are exploiting the working class. That is the proletariat class. You got a fair concept? Okay? Politically, the subjugation of the common people. Common people means the working class people. By the government is an issue, and that issue has been brought up many times in the cities. এটা এই বস্তুখিনি যদি মই তোমাক নোট আকারে দি দিলো হয়, I think you could not have understood a bit. That is why classroom lecture is so important. I have wasted 10 minutes, but that will stick to your mind. In exam, easily you will be able to bring up this concept. If you are asked, how is cultural hegemony being dealt in the Harry Potter series, you can easily bring up the concept and you can cite some example. Okay, now you write, this series deals with a various number of social issues. This series deals with a various number of social issues, comma, starting from the miserable life of Harry, H capital H A double R Y, Harry being an orphan. Harry being an orphan and demeaned, D-E-M-E-A-N-E-D. Demeaned means humiliated. Okay, demeaned. D-E-M-E-A-N-E-D. Demeaned. If someone humiliates someone, that is demeaned. Or nicha dekho, বুঝলি স্যার? Demeaned every time by his upper class uncle. By his upper class within double inverted comma, upper or পিছনে একটা হাইফেন দিবা, এটা ভালো। Upper class uncle. Full stop. So you see, when you will read the first book, that is the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, you will get to know that Harry Potter is a orphan. Okay, so he was born and brought up by his uncle, and uncle happens to be a bourgeois, a rich man. But every time he doesn't treat Harry as a part of his family. He humiliates him. He never spares a little chance. Not only the uncle but the aunt also in the family. And aunt happens, Aunt Petunia, her name is Petunia. She is the sibling of Harry's mother, own sister. But she gets the nephew and treats him nothing better than a servant in the house. He is supposed to live below the staircase. If you have seen the movie, his room was below the staircase, like the servants normally in the house. We don't keep servants also in such places. We keep same room and everything. Okay, so more facilities are given, but they give only the staircase. And he is supposed to do, with a small boy, he is supposed to do all the domestic chores of the house. And the only son of the family, that is his elder brother, he will be the cousin. He treats him so well and humiliates him all the time. So because he was an orphan, he was treated very badly by his upper class. So this is one example, don't you think, of the proletariat class being exploited by the bourgeoisie? Example of Harry's own life. So you see the series is dealing with some really recurrent issues of the society. Even though it's a fantasy series, you cannot say it has no connection with the real life. Even today this thing is so common. You see, many rich relatives don't treat their poor relatives as part of the family.
Yes.
Rather, in some ceremony, they will invite them and make them work like servants. They will say, come, do the work and have your meal. Just like other servants. So this is so common in the society. Then you write, then Draco Malfoy. Draco spelling D capital, D-R-A-C-O, Draco Malfoy, M capital, M-A-L-F-O-Y. Draco Malfoy as a perfect school bully. As a perfect school bully, B-U-L-L-Y, bully, comma, the class division glaring, G-L-A-R-I-N-G, glaring at the readers, and also breaking of the stereotypes, stereotypes, are some of the major social issues, which are talked about in this series. So you see, now another thing has come up when it comes to his school life. It is his bullying, class bullying. Did you have class bullying? Anyone? No. No one had class bullying. But many times there are class bullies, isn't it?
Yes.
So here in Harry Potter's story, in his class there was a boy, Draco Malfoy. He comes from the rich bourgeois class. And how he becomes a perfect bully for Harry Potter. Every time he tries to humiliate this boy, knowing his background, that he is an orphan child. Okay, and this is the class division that is shown in the story. Right, as a kid, he has to go through this trauma of class division. Because when you are kids, you don't know actually what is class division and all, isn't it? We never knew. Okay, but in this particular story, it is strictly shown that Draco Malfoy knows his power, that he is from the bourgeoisie. And these are certain things, you see, major issues that has been talked about in the series. Then you write, the characters in this series have vast dimensions, D-I-M-E-N-S-I-O-N-S, dimensions, and are beautifully sketched, S-K-E-T-C-H-E-D, sketched by Rowling. Beautifully sketched means characterization is very well done by Rowling. Full stop. Starting